Good morning. And welcome to All Faiths Unitarian Congregation. I'm the Reverend C.J. McGregor. I serve this congregation as its minister, and I will be leading our service today along with Donnelly Benyak. Here you will find a diverse and inclusive spiritual community where we welcome people of many beliefs. You can bring your whole self, your full identity, and your questioning mind and expansive heart. At All Faiths, we have more than one way of experiencing the world and understanding the sacred. No matter who you are, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, and no matter whom you love, you are truly welcome here. Is anyone visiting for the first time today? Welcome. We're glad that you're with us, and if you'd like to know more about All Faiths or membership, please see Fran Way, who is standing in the back, your right-hand corner, behind the folding doors, and don't forget to visit our website. I have a few announcements this morning. Tomorrow, Monday at noon, will be the book club here. Diane, right? Here. Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock, I will be leading Lectio Divina, which is a sacred reading and meditation. Please join us on Zoom. On Wednesday at 10 o'clock, I'll be leading the 10 o'clock Scholar, where we have the Long Strange Trip program, where we're studying the history of Unitarianism and Universalism. This Friday at 6:30 in the evening here in the sanctuary, we will have a candlelight service, which is Christmas Eve. So please join us and bring your friends and family. Each Sunday at 9:15 here in the sanctuary, we have News Talk with Richard Keelan. So please plan to join him for News Talk. And now please rise in body or spirit as we sing together hymn number 361, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In. The words are printed on the back of your order of service.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come
As Kathy Fanny comes forward to light the chalice, please. As Kathy Fanny comes forward to light the chalice, please join in reciting the words in your order of service. Our light is the light of the sun, keeper of all we love. Our light is the light of the earth, provider of sustenance.
Our light is the light of all living things, life precious like our own. Our light is the light of each of us, bound together in need and hope. Our light is the light of the cosmos, keeper of all we know.
Thank you, Kathy. It is our custom that when a member of our congregation dies, that we light a candle in leave the candle lit for the remainder of the service. This morning, I'm lighting a candle for Vivian Sawaya. You might also know her as Joe Patel's sister. Let us join in a moment of silence for Vivian. May her memory remain in our heart and her name on our lips. Each Sunday, we share our joys and sorrows with the congregation by lighting a candle. If you'd like to light such a candle, please come forward masked and share your joy or sorrow with the congregation. Morning. Oops. Come over here.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to I'd like to light a candle for mano a mano, for Joan and Segundo. Y esto sombrero es hecho en La Paz, Bolivia, y es solamente para las mujeres. If you want to buy it, see Charlotte Blitt today.
Sure.
I received an email this morning from Roz, I have to stop and think, Shapiro-Lynch, who is Hank Shapiro's daughter in New York. We want you both to know that Dad was in the hospital for 6 days, December 9th to the 15th, on an IV and with a catheter and oxygen, as he had fluid around his heart, lungs, and legs. Very serious. He did not want to be admitted, but life-threatening. Went to rehab December 15th and is on oxygen. Very weak and depressed and walks minimally. Rough road ahead and sad, yet eats well. Has a cell phone, and if you want his cell phone number, see me afterwards at the soundboard and I'll give it to you. In the meantime, if you didn't know it, Hank Shapiro was a longtime member, a founder of this congregation, and he's only 101, so what the heck. Thank you.
Thanks. Hi, Pam.
I just want to,
Turn around.
okay, good idea. I just want to say that I'm thankful for being here and for spending time with family and friends over this holiday day safely. I'm also thankful that my partner is continuing to recover. But most of all, I'm here because a friend, close friend, his daughter had open heart surgery and during it had a stroke. And her sister is dying from liver cancer. So I'm holding them close and sending love to them.
Thank you. Pam? That's okay. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Regina Kilmartin, and I'm going to light a candle for all of you. As you know, my 18-year-old cat passed away recently, and your outpouring of love and condolences is just overwhelming. Thank you.
I'm Donnelly Banyak, and I'm lighting this candle for Vivian, who was a dear, dear friend who we will miss greatly.
Would anyone like me to bring the microphone to you? I light this final candle for the joys and sorrows we have felt and that remain silent and in our hearts. Let us join in a few moments of silence. Please remain seated as we join in singing hymn number 123, Spirit of Life. The words on the back of your order of service.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. It is a wonder and a mystery that our paths have crossed this morning, that in the immensity of time and the vastness of space, we connect here. And I'm in awe at the ways in which our lives intersect and intertwine, at the beauty we create when we gather. And may our coming together make us more compassionate, more just, more caring, and more loving. May our hearts and minds be open to this offering. Let us be glad that we are here together. And let us worship, let us marvel at the miracle of being here right now in the mystery that has brought us together. It is good to be together.
Europe. Oh, actually, Donnelly, it's me. As we are giving a nod to the winter solstice this morning, let us join in a responsive reading printed in your order of service in calling the four directions. Spirit of the East,
Spirit of air, of morning and springtime, be with us as the sun rises, in times of beginning, times of planting. Inspire us with reflective courage as we go forth into new adventures.
Spirit of the South,
Spirit of fire, or noontime and summer, be with us through the heat of the day and help us to be ever growing. Warm us with strength and energy for the work that awaits us.
Spirit of the West,
Spirit of water, of evening and autumn, be with us as the sun sets and help us to enjoy a rich harvest. Flow through us with a cooling, healing quietness and bring us peace.
Spirit of the North,
Spirit of earth, of nighttime and winter, be with us in the darkness, in the time of gestation.
Our reading is The Craft of Winter Solstice by Daniel Gregory, December 21st, 2016. This is the solstice, the still point of the sun, its cusp and midnight, the year's threshold and unlocking, where the past lets go of and becomes the future. from the Solstice poem by Margaret Atwood. Against a rough plaster wall, about 19 empty picture frames, each unique, hang in an informal arrangement. Here we are on the cusp of winter solstice, when the light comes back to celebrate. I went to the discount store in search of inexpensive picture frames. I felt the urge to use what I have in the way of old photographs and glitter glue for some higher and greater purpose. So off I went to buy the most perfect plastic frames for $2.99. As I made my way to pay the cashier, an older man, he looked at me and my frames and knowingly exhaled. Ah, this is the time for reflection. Apparently, I was not the first person to feel nostalgic and buy many picture frames near the end of the year. We then engaged in small talk about Christmas and the state of the world. He lamented, and I tried to cheer him up, but both of our flames seemed to be flickering in the cold winds of coming winter. It doesn't help that on the eve of winter, the days are so painfully short. The nights are relentless, and they keep coming earlier. But when the winter solstice arrives, and although it is the official start of winter, it comes as a brief reprieve from the growing night and a hopeful signpost. I need the solstice and all it represents. A threshold, the closing of a chapter, the start of sunlight timidly warming our cold and frost-bitten souls. Winter solstice neatly coincides with our collective desire for a break in time to unlock and review the past, and as we look to the light of the future. This time around, I'm greeting the solstice with craft, using my old photographs and reframing the past with some bright, artistic flourishes courtesy of glitter glue. I'm making the most of this unique astronomical time, perhaps not unlike the ancient peoples of Europe who gathered breathlessly around bonfires and hearths for warmth to celebrate the new thing that is just on the horizon, growing light and the end of night's dominion, even in the midst of cold. The end can be a beginning, too. As someone once said, and the solstice is where we start from. Here ends the reading.
I think he paid way too much for those frames. If you're buying frames, I know where you can get them 3 for $1, so $2.99 is way too much. And now, please join in singing hymn number 21, For the Beauty of the Earth. The lyrics are on the back of your order of service.
For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Source of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the joy of ear and eye, for the heart and mind's delight, for the mystic harmony, linking sense to sound and sight. Source of all, to thee we raise This our hymn, our grateful praise. For the wonder of each hour, for our day of the night, hill and vale and tree and flower, and moon and stars of light, source of all, to thee we raise this our hymns of grateful praise. For the joy of human care, sister, brother, parent, child, for the kinship we all share, for all gentle thoughts and mild, source of all, to thee we raise this our hymn, our grateful praise.
If that's the worst that happens this morning, we'll be just fine. Unitarian minister Reverend Kay Taylor tells us that we live in a culture of polarities that encourages us to construct polarities in our lives, like good versus bad, what I like versus what I dislike, warm versus cold, comfortable versus uncomfortable, relaxation versus work, and on and on. One polarity I think that arises this time of year is dreading the arrival of the cold. Yes, it may get in the 70s in Florida. And the dark days of the year. We are experiencing that. And the yearning for a climate of perpetual warmth and light. Not so much that of July and August. But Earth's seasons invites us into a deeper understanding of these darker, colder days and offers us a template for living a beautiful and a whole life. Winter solstice marks the depth of darkness, the moment when winter begins and at the same time gives way to the growing light. On the longest night, the light is reborn. The circle of the seasons already gestating spring. And we can learn to honor the cold and darkness by living into Earth's seasonal rhythm of light and dark. Winter invites us to slow down and rest. Animals and plants know how to do this. Some hibernate in our country, slow down, or around the world, slow down and return to the earth, so they will be ready for the call of the growing light and the spring. So too can we take more time to rest this season, to do less, to turn our attention inward and tend to our inner lives. Winter teaches us that honoring the darkness includes honoring the darker places within us. The darker places within us. And the darkness is often where we put difficult experiences and emotions, and we tend to turn away from them and try to focus on the light instead. But all that is contained in the darkness yearns to be welcomed, even the feelings and the thoughts we wish we did not have, because from these we can learn and grow. And the darkness invites us into more wholeness. It is in the bright light of day that we see sharp distinctions, that we see and feel our separateness and perceive otherness. The darkness holds all things, like the primordial darkness of the universe or the mother's womb. We can rest into a primal holding and interconnectedness in the darkness. Winter invites us to surrender. Winter invites us to surrender. We can't make Earth change into another season before it is time. We can light candles and keep our homes and bodies warm, but the cold and the dark are here. We can't change that. So, can we let go of resistance to this and to the way our lives are unfolding? Can we let go of those? Can we surrender how we think life should be and be with life as it is? Even when life right now is so hemmed in by COVID-19, especially now. The darkness is also a time of dreaming for the year to come. We can spend a lot of time practicing our spiritual practices. We have New Year's intentions and listening to the dreams that visit us. Perhaps we will gain insight about our lives during this season. Perhaps, as Thomas Berry suggests, Earth can dream through us. Earth can dream through us. And one of the biggest lessons of the season for me has been to align with Earth's circle of life, Earth's circle of life. The darkness comes and gives way to the light. The light goes and gives way to the darkness. This is a truth of Earth. This is a truth of life, of our inner lives as well. Light and dark are not two poles, one to be sought after and the other to be avoided. Both are necessary for wholeness, and both are always present within us. And can we honor both, I wonder? Can we learn from both? Can we remember both? I think that darkness often has a negative connotation in our culture, and because we can't tame it and make it what we want, is what we always try to do as humans. It's the opposite, actually. Darkness makes us who we are. Darkness makes us who we are. It's the beginning of creativity when our life and all life is indistinct and taking shape, coming apart and taking on new shapes. And most of us, including myself, often live within the illusion that our life has a definite, distinct shape. And we get very upset when the definite, distinct shape feels threatened or modified in some way. But the truth is, our life is never completely distinct. We are continually forming and being formed by each other, by our environment, by both darkness and by light. Unitarian minister Joseph Boyd writes, "One of the reasons I've grown to appreciate the celebration of the winter solstice is it delivers a message that I need to continually hear. I am not the center of the universe." Let's say that together. I am not the center of the universe. I am not the center of the universe in the way I typically assume without realizing it. The truth is much bigger than my usual way of living, and my life and your life is the center of the universe that in vast dynamic and constantly taking shape according to darkness and light. We are being shaped even as we sit together this morning. Though many of us feel like we are doing nothing, our life, if we take time to notice it, is actually being born again and again and again. In truth, we never leave the womb. The world is our womb, and through the journey is at times unpredictable and arduous. I think we can choose to trust it. We can trust the darkness. We can trust vast realities that are shaping and giving us the experiences of our lives. I choose to trust it because, frankly, I find the alternative too exhausting and too small. More and more, I'm seeing the zest and meaning of life is not based on what I can control and what I can manage, but in opening myself more to what is arriving and who I might become in that process. It is wondrous, wondrous when we willingly, with the support of a community like this, can open ourselves up to creative possibilities of darkness and begin to trust rather than fear that life is taking shape. Darkness for me is the birth of real hope, a reality that is necessary for light to be appreciated. Darkness is not a symbol of toughness or something lesser. It's the exact opposite. Darkness is the greatest power, the greatest creative power in the entire universe. It is the place from which all life becomes and to which all life returns. And we as humans living in the 21st century still know so little about this. It is beyond our control, beyond our best thinking, beyond our plans and expectations. Instead of seeing this as endlessly frustrating and dismaying, we can choose to see this as wonderful in the literal sense. It is a wonder that something holds us close, like a reality that will never leave us. And I'm not naive to think that all of this will come naturally just because I say it. It certainly does not always come naturally for me, but I think with practice, the awareness and appreciation of this reality grows. We learn to trust what we cannot understand, trust what we can't see instead of being constantly afraid of it. And we can learn to experience darkness as a gift rather than a hindrance to our life. We can slowly begin to surrender our life to a reality that connects us to everything and everyone, a reality we can see most acutely in darkness. And with time and attention, our life can become something we open ourselves up to rather than a project we need to manage and get disappointed when we can't. Instead of seeing this as a failure of our living, a failure of our health, a failure of our plans, we can see the period we are in as a new reshaping of our life, a reshaping based on numerous realities. And light is very good at guiding us and helping us see where we are going. Light is very good for the body and the soul, giving us nutrients we need to thrive and survive. But darkness may be of equal or even greater benefit in teaching us who we really are and what our lives are really about. Darkness awakens another sense in us that is natural and born of stillness, a sense that is not based on sight, taste, touch, smell. It is our greatest sense, in my opinion, that we have. An intuition which can guide us, lighting a candle into the places that are unknown and sometimes scary and hard. And a trust is born, a trust born of experience that our life is being supported by indistinct but present realities. With support from a community like this and attentive practice, this kind of trust is possible in many circumstances, including grief, loss, sickness. It can guide us if we just allow it. The moments we have together are precious, more precious than we can ever quantify. And my hope as we celebrate in our own way the winter solstice, even just being cozy in our homes, is that we never forget the promise of darkness for which light depends. We never forget the promise of darkness for which light depends. The planets are aligning to support us, and our appreciation in turn supports the world. And we exist in a network of mutual support if we can practice opening ourselves up to this. And I look forward to celebrating the gradual return of light in this season, because this too is a wonder and a lesson. We are just the right distance away from the sun so that we can appreciate light in our everyday life. And I intend to practice gratitude for this wonder. But light also exists in places we don't always notice. Light can also be felt within us when we are kind toward our predicament and we practice kindness toward one another. Light is expressed as a simple smile, an expression of what we are grateful for in seeing our life as a gift worth appreciating and taking care of. Circumstances have aligned in just the right way that you were born, and that the alignment was not something that we controlled or managed. It just happened. It just happened, and our whole life completely depends on the alignment of realities that are beyond our control. This is still true even no matter what age or predicament we find ourselves in. We are here because of a specific and special alignment. And as the sun shines on us, let us allow ourselves to ingest this. Even though a flame is not sensed, we are never separate from the warmth of community or the fire of commitment. These we keep in our hearts, the endless storehouse of light, the endless storehouse of light in all seasons. May it be so. If you're new or have forgotten, I like to share a joke before the offertory because laughter makes you generous. That's a scientific fact. So a little girl finally got to attend a wedding for the first time, and while in the church, the girl asked her mother, "Why is the bride dressed in white?" And the mother replied to the girl, "Because white is the color of happiness, and it's the happiest day of her life today." And after a little bit, the girl tugs on her mother's dress and looks up at her mother and says, "But then why is the groom wearing black?" The morning offering will now be given and received. Oh, it's warm. I'm warm. We have been blessed, and we leave blessed by our connections to one another and to the Spirit of life. Let us walk lightly that we can see the life that is below our feet, and spread our arms if we had wings and we could dance through the air. Let us feel the joy of the breath in our lungs that exits the flute and the fire in our heart. Live to love and be a blessing to this earth. Blessed be.
Good dance.
Thank you. I'm exhausted watching you do that. We'd like to thank Carlos Garcia, our Director of Music, and Kat Eppel for our music this morning, Regina Kilmartin on camera, Ed Elrod on sound, and Joe Gayton, our sexton, who's responsible for your coffee, and our friendly greeters and those who participated in the offering, collecting the offering this morning. it's always good to stay connected and stay together in whatever way we can. I'd like to remind you that we're going to sing one more hymn, but after that hymn, please, if you choose, remain. We'd like you to remain for the congregational, Life of the Congregation presentation. So please rise in body or spirit and sing hymn number 235, Deck the Hall with Boughs of Holly.